Vamos, flaco, me tengo que ir.
Sì. Ok. Sì.
just a great reminder why we live here in South Florida, when we get to roll up our sleeves and be outside in the middle of, all right.
They agree with you.
Yes, I'm sure they agree with me. It's wonderful to come together, to be here, to be outside, to remind ourselves of one of the things that we celebrate on Shabbat, which is God's creation, that we so often don't get to see when we are inside of our sanctuary, but we see in all of its glory when we are outside looking out at the beauty of our campus. Let's begin right on page 2. For those of you who haven't been here for an outdoor Shabbat, we use just our Shabbat booklet. Not hard, we won't lose you. Page 2, Lechu Neranana Adonai, come let us sing to God. Bottom of the page. Adonai Osle Amo Yitain, Adonai Yivarech, Etamova Shalom. God grant strength to God's people. And God bless us with peace.
Adonai Amo Yitain, Adonai Yivarech, Etamova Adonai
ourselves up, we are ready to begin with the lighting of our Shabbat candles.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher קידשנו במצוותיו וציוונו להדליק נר של
For her.
I would like to invite Yannick Bloom to help us lead.
Stay.
page 7. You have always loved your people Israel by teaching us Torah, mitzvot, laws, and justice. Therefore, Adonai, our God, when we lie down and when we rise, we will speak of your laws, rejoicing always in the words of your Torah and your commandments. For they are our life, and they give long life. We will think about them day and night. May you never take your love away from us. Praised are you, Adonai, who loves the people of Israel. למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם. Beginning last week and continuing this week and into next week, we read our story of liberation, our story of our exodus from Egypt. And we anticipate that each and every day, because liberation is not just a historical fact, it is a thing that we try and experience each and every day. I'm going to talk about that shortly. But we anticipate it and we celebrate it each and every day with Mikamocha, bottom of page 9.
Eloheinu leshalom. Amideinu zalkeinu lechaim. Hashkivenu Eloheinu leshalom. Amideinu zalkeinu lechaim. Spread the shelter of your wings over us. Guide us in wisdom, compassion, and trust. Hashkivenu Adonai, Eloheinu leshalom, ve'hamidenu shomreinu lechaim. Save us for the sake of your name. Shield us from hatred, sorrow, and pain. Hashkivenu Adonai, Hashkivenu Adonai, Eloheinu leshalom, Eloheinu leshalom, Hamideinu shomreinu
Shalom B'nai Israel to Shabbat. Children of Israel shall keep Shabbat, observing Shabbat as a covenant for all times.
ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורות ולעולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורות ולעולם.
continue on your own silently through page 15. Continue silently through page 15. We add to the prayers of our Siddur and the prayers of our hearts a prayer for healing for all those who are in need, healing of the body, healing of the spirit. On this Shabbat, we are thinking of Audrey Aronchik, Marilyn Beaumont, Osvaldo Barraza, Zelma Berger, Elliot Citron, Kathy Duchess, Eliyahu Ben Rovain, Vamiriam, Elka Rock, Hannah Freda Risa, Rita Gold, Marion Gordon, Ed Johns, Mindy Elizabeth Jones, Susan Jones, Jack Lieb, Maya Bat Devora, Mark Rockfeld, Shalom Ben Tikva, Shoshana Devora Bat Chava, Barry Sugar, Candy Sharp, Nancy Simon, Rose Singer, Ruvain Ben Zelig, Vetsivia Halevi, Aryeh Tzviven, Sarah, Kevin Webb, and Sarah Wolf. Yishuberach Avatenu Avraham Yitzhak v'Yaakov v'imotenu Sarah Rivka Rachel v'Leah Huyavarech v'Yirapeh et Cholim Kodesh Baruch Hu Yamalei Rachamim Alehem V'Lahachli Ma'am L'Rapotam L'Hachazikam L'Hachiotam V'Shlach B'Mhera Refuah Shlema, complete healing, Refuah to Nefesh, a healing of the soul, Refuah to Guf, healing of the body, B'Tok Shar Choli Yisrael Hashta Ba'Galav Izman Kariv and Omar. We say Amen.
Bottom of page 16. Ose Shalom,
Ose Shalom,
Bimbrama,
Bimbrama,
Huyase, Shalom Aleinu,
Be'alko, Israel,
Amen. Ose Shalom,
Ose Shalom,
Bimbrama,
Roma, Uyase,
Shalom Aleinu,
Shalom Aleinu, Be'alko,
Makes peace above, makes peace for you, for me, for us, yeah. May the one who makes peace above, makes peace for everyone. May the one who makes peace above, makes peace for you, for me, for us, yeah. May the one who makes peace above, makes peace for everyone. Ose Shalom,
Ose Shalom,
Bimbroma,
Roma,
Uyase,
Uyase,
Shalom Aleinu,
Ose Shalom,
Bimbrama,
Roma,
Uyase,
Uyase,
Shalom Aleinu,
Shalom Aleinu,
Ve'alko, Israel,
Israel,
Ve'imru, 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 Amen.
In the Wizard of Oz, when Dorothy repeats almost as a mantra, "There's no place like home, there's no place like home," she reminds us of what is the meaning of home for each of us. Home is a place where we associate with familiarity, with love, with safety, with roots. Our origin is in our home. And when her Kansas home gets uprooted by a violent tornado, Dorothy, we can imagine, is just terrified. I think about those who are around the world who experience such displacement, whether because of personal safety or economic downturn or climatic disruption or even political unrest. What would it mean to leave the only place that we consider or have ever known as home? In this week's Torah portion, God declares the coming freedom of the Jewish people in 4 steps. 4 steps. It's these steps that we associate, that are associated with the 4 cups of wine that we drink during the Pesach Seder. In Exodus 6, chapter 6, verse 6, God promises 4 things. God promises to bring you out from under the burdens of Egypt and to save you from their bondage. God will redeem you with an outstretched arm and great judgments, and God will take you as your people or as God's people. Rabbi Yitz Greenberg, who is just an amazing, great modern Orthodox theologian, teacher. I've had a chance to study with him and be with him on a number of occasions. He explains each of these 4 verbs of redemption as signifying 4 steps in the liberation that a slave must go through in order to really feel to be a free person. So let's take a look at those. To bring you out from under the burdens of Egypt means to undermine the superiority of the master, which both the master and slave have taken as a given. When you're a slave, you just accept, okay, that master is superior towards you. Save you from bondage means quite simply to stop the labor or to choose the work that you do and to do it with adequate payment. I will redeem you with an outstretched arm means that the slave is motivated by God's intervention to move from accepting and obeying human abuses. As a result, the liberated individual chooses to only obey humans who imitate God by acting justly and respecting a person's dignity. And finally, I will take you to be my people represents the fullest expression of achieving liberty and freedom. Liberty doesn't mean that one no longer obeys anything or that you don't serve something. Rather, in the absence of external coercion, a person who is truly free freely chooses to serve a higher cause that gives meaning and value to one's life. However, if we look just a little bit closer, just a little bit further past that verse, okay, it shows that there's a fifth verb that God proclaims. I will bring you into the land. And Rabbi Yitz Greenberg, teaches that stage, that fifth stage, is a necessary part of liberation, in part because, well, it fulfills the covenantal promise that we read about how the patriarchs were given the land of Israel, and that land of Israel would become a homeland and a place for the people to flourish. But the deeper point is that becoming a free person is not just a matter of no longer being ordered around by a master, nor is freedom achieved simply by making one's own life decisions. To become truly free, one must have a home, a place where one lives by right, where one's dignity is not dependent on the tolerance of others. This frees me to be myself, to know what I want, and to act to accomplish it without fear of others or intimidation. Under those circumstances, every act in my life, even taking on obligations, confirms my sense of personal freedom. Around the world, tens of millions of people every year try to emigrate at great cost and great danger to make a better life for themselves and their families. They're seeking a home, a place of personal security and freedom. There's almost no, reverse flow back to lands of oppression or places where individuals are not secure in their rights. The biblical narrative shows just how important to liberation is that final stage of creating and existing in a home or a homeland. We know that as the Hebrews make their way through the desert, they continually regressed into slave mentality, always trying to avoid responsibility or placing blame on others, or by giving up quickly, or avoiding difficulty. Even the next generation that gets into the land doesn't become fully free until they've fought for that homeland and then go on to build it. We can compare this with the experience of African Americans in the United States. Hey, they were given emancipation by President Lincoln. Their freedom was confirmed by the 14th Amendment to the Constitution. But they were given little or no chance to build a free home, a place where they had equal rights and opportunity. The continuing discrimination, the lack of access of empowering education, and the lack of personal security meant that their slavery continued even though they were free. True freedom and a sense of home is only achieved when we fulfill the words of the prophet Micah that said, "Every man shall sit under his grapevine or fig tree with no one to disturb him." Shabbat Shalom. We're going to pick up our prayer books once again, turning to page, I will tell you, page 17, we rise for Aleinu.
עלינו לשבח לאדון הכל, התן גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שאינו שם חלקנו כהם, וגורלנו ככל עמונן. ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא בן דבר היה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד ושמו אחד.
At this point, we turn our thoughts to those who are no longer with us, those who have given us the gift of memory. We recognize this Shabbat those who have died over the past 30 days for whom we are observing Shloshim, Joyce Ridenour, Peter Weiss, Shirley Raffel, Joni Turnoff, Heather Augusta McCarthy, Pierre Ben Musa. We also acknowledge those, the yortzites of our congregant loved ones, Esther Bennett, Morton Bloom, Martin Dash, Vera T. DeCastro, Clive DeLeon, Lena Fintz, David Hecht, Ralph D. Hollander, Andrea Javaharian, Julius Klein, Linda Miller-Kless, Lillian Levine, Sylvia Levitt, Bella Levy, Howard Max, Herman Rappaport, Leah M. Scheckman, Emmanuel Sugar, Alan W. Schwartz, Ida Summers, Benjamin Wax, and Sylvia Wax. We also acknowledge those whose yortzites are remembered on our permanent memorial walls in our sanctuary who are listed below. We join together for Kaddish Shatom Mourner's Kaddish, page 18. Yitgadal v'yitgadash shemei raha, ve'alma yivrach cherutei v'yamlich malchutei, v'chayechon u'vyomechon v'chayei b'chol beit Yisrael, ma'agalam v'zman kari v'yimru. Yehei shemei raha mevarach le'alam olomei umaya, yitbarach v'yishtalach v'yitpa'ar v'yitramam v'yitnaseh, v'yitada v'yitalem v'yitalal shemei v'kudashah, Leila Minko Birkata Shirata, Tushbekata Benekhamata, Daminon Belma Dimbru, Yehe Shlama Rabba Min Shemaya, V'chaim Aleinu Ve'al Yisrael Dimbru, Oseh Shalom Imromav, V'yaseh Shalom, Aleinu Ve'al Yisrael Dimbru. The source of peace and peace to all who mourn, comfort to all who are bereaved. Together we say, Amen. May you be seated. Once again, I want to wish all of you a Shabbat Shalom. All of you who are joining us here out in the beautiful weather, and those of you who are joining us online. I want to say thank you to Deborah Frankel, who served as our greeter. Thank you, Deborah. This evening. Thank you to all of our service sponsors, Rita Gold, in honor of Suzanne Summers. Boy, Rita, thank you so much. And you're right, Suzanne is very deserving. Karen and Norman Leopold, in honor of their anniversary. Bonnie Bloom, in memory of her grandfather, Morton Bloom. Esther and Mordecai Fince, in memory of Mordecai's mother, Lena. Susan Jones, in loving memory of her husband, Wesley Jones. Rodney Max and Lily Wu, in memory of Rodney's father, Howard. And Marcia Posner, in memory of Sylvia and Benjamin Wax. We have just a couple of announcements. First of all, tomorrow morning, we have regular services in the sanctuary, but you are welcome to join us and encouraged to join us after services right here on the Sisterhood patio, where we will have lunch and we will have the latest of our I Am Sinai Shabbat series, where we are going to learn with our own Deborah Litwack. And she's going to be along with genetic counselor, all about hereditary cancers in the Jewish community. And I smile, and I've repeated it many times, but I'm going to tell you this is a topic that we need to be educated about. Okay? We can deny it, or we can be educated about the fact that there are certain hereditary cancers within the Jewish community, and we need to know about those so that we can we may not be able to prevent them, but we may be able to do things about them. So come join us for lunch right out here and for our program. We have just a couple of other things coming up. It didn't make it into the program, but I will tell you, I gave you a hint last Friday that I'm going to be teaching Bible study, because that's what Antioch Missionary Baptist Church calls it, not Torah study, but Bible study at Antioch this coming Wednesday at 7 o'clock. You're welcome to join me. They've invited us. I hope you will. It's going to be a really interesting bit about, it's kind of talking about, I'm going to be speaking about Leviticus and holiness, and what does that mean to us as a Jewish people, and how does that affect who we are and what we do. So come join me. Then we've got a couple of things coming up. On Sunday, January 29th, if you are up for it, and I hope you are, because I am, and I'm already signed up, 9:30 for our blood drive. Join us. All you have to do, the information is right there on your program. Very easy to sign up. Just go online, put in your name, your phone number, email, and then they send you and you click on whatever time is that you want and is available. So join us for that. And then, of course, join us on February 11th for our annual gala. If you haven't done so, it's going to be a lot of fun. thankfully, I'm not a part of the planning committee, but I do get the inside scoop, and I will tell you it's going to be a lot of fun. So join us for that. I think we are, looks like I'm going to be singing a Don't Along. You kind of join us, Gannon, to sing a Don't Along?
I didn't disappear.
He didn't disappear. He was doing the slides?
Yeah, because here.
For whatever reason. Boy, sometimes the technology gremlin just gets us. A Don't Along, page 19. And how miraculous is it that the candles have stayed lit the entire, they never do that.
Inside it would be stay on.
Adon Olam Asher Barak B'terem Kol Yetzir Nivra Ve'et Nasa B'chetzo Kol Asai Me'elem Shemo Nivra Ve'hacharei Giklot HaKol Levado Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, borei beriach kafeh. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kideshanu b'mitzvotav, ורצה בנו, ושבת קודשו, יעברו ברצון, הנחילנו, זיכרון למעשה בראשית. יהיו יום תפילה במקראי קודש, זכר ליציאה מצרים. קיבלנו אחריך, אותנו גירשת מכל העמים, בשבת קודשך באהבה וברצון נתחלנו. ברוך אתה אדוני מקדש השבת.
You know what's under here, right? You sure? Okay. Whoa! Nothing. All right. I can't impress him. Baruch atah Adonai. Good shot. Okay, so now we familiar with Suzanne. So you're going back for Suzanne. Tries to control his Thank you. I appreciate that. You're putting this on a nicer thing. 18 and May, please. There you go.
She wants real food?
Is this real food?
This is olive. You did good, you did good. Shabbat shalom.
Oh, the yellow pants are
It was next level.